Okay, last but not least, there has been a lot of speculations over the years, and it's not that it's something that it's not hot tea. That's why it's at the end of this episode. But I came across something online that I really wanted to share with you guys because we have heard so many things over the years when it comes to what happened between Caroline Manzo and Dina Kenton, formerly known as Dina Manzo, when it comes to the feud. Okay, so I'm just gonna play a recording, and again, it has to do with Kim D. Kim D is everywhere. Like I said, Kim D has been everywhere over the years. She has given a lot of interviews, but this one I want you guys to pay particular attention to because I think that she recaps the situation very well, and then I'm just gonna let you know my findings. Okay, so here's the recording.
Ridiculous. Teresa made a comment that when Caroline Manzo, Dina Manzo, and Jacqueline Larita were on the show, they did not air any of their dirty laundry. And that's what she gives them credit for that. She gives them credit for that. That is not true. That is not true. So let me go with first season. Let's go with first season. Does everyone remember when Caroline Manzo is breaking down, crying, carrying on, and making these crazy faces like, you know what you did?
At the reunion?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
To Danielle. Okay. So what Danielle did was Dina's daughter was underage at the time. And Dina's daughter filmed with her. Dina's daughter's a lovely girl. And Dina has an ex-husband. So both parents are supposed to sign. And Dina didn't ask the father to sign. I don't know how she got around it or whatever. But Danielle reaches out to the ex-husband and tells the ex-husband how Dina did this undermined thing with getting the daughter on without his his okay, blah, blah, blah. And you should try to get custody, something really crazy like that. And that was the deep, dark secret where Dina had told Caroline, I do not want you mentioning this. I don't want you to say this. But guess what? Tap, tap, tap on the shoulder because the reunion wasn't going so well from the producers. And Caroline starts crying, carrying on, screaming, you know what you did. So, Teresa, please, just please, please, please. Maybe Joe, Gorga, and Melissa had an agenda and they spilled their guts, but they still didn't say all the truths about you and the dogs and all the nonsense that really went on behind the scenes and vice versa. Teresa knows a lot about Joe and about his dirty dealings, and she didn't come out because it's embarrassing to the family. So stop the reunion. Dina and Caroline were not close anymore because of that. That was the initial beef. Because Dina was blown away that Caroline would do that. Okay. So that's all. Like Teresa likes to hear herself talk when it comes to that stuff. So what she wanted to do is build up the Manzos and the Laritas, which I love, Jacqueline. I love her because she had nothing to do with this. To put her, like Joe and Melissa down, like you brought out our dirty laundry, but at least they didn't. No, not true. Not true. Teresa.
I have a lot of questions about this. This is actually interesting to me.
It is very good.
Sometimes when you tell your stories, Kim, I say, hey, you guys enjoy. I don't know what, but this one actually kind of interests me. I mean, Carlos King under the table handing cop without a badge to Danielle was also, and that story intrigued me as well. But wow. Okay, so wait, is Lexi's father the same one that allegedly just beat up Dina's husband, the current husband? And
no.
Oh, it's someone different.
Lexi's father was Dina's original husband. Dina was married before, had Lexi, got divorced, and then she wound up with Tommy Manzo, and now she's with her husband.
And Tommy Manzo's what, like one of the boys, if you know what I mean?
Well,
we don't know for sure.
He is allegedly connected with the boys. Allegedly,
I'm not saying anything other than allegedly, because guess what?
Allegedly, because you know what?
Listen, there's only one river here, one bridge will get Tommy into my house, and I ain't doing that. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
My name of my book is my...
Okay, so we have talked about this before, okay? If you are a regular on the podcast, you know we've talked about it. You can go back and listen to my previous episodes on the Podbean or wherever else you like to listen to your podcast, and it's on there. But if you're new, I'm going to do a quick summary, and then I'm going to let you know about my findings, okay? So, what Kim D says, and Kim D is not the only person who has said this, by the way. You know, it's been out there regarding the feud between Caroline and Dina and why, right? I was just able to find a recording of Kim D talking about it because I knew for a fact that she spoke on that as well, right? So what Kim D says in that recording is that Dina was married before, which we knew, right? She was married to another gentleman that is not Tommy Manzo. I can't remember the name of the gentleman, but I'm pretty sure it's available online, right? And her first husband is also, her daughter Lexi's father. Okay, so at some point in time, I think it was season 2, episode. It was in the early episodes of season 2. Okay, we see Danielle get out of her car, Danielle Staub, get out of her Range Rover, and then she walks into a salon, a nail salon called Nisha Nails and Spa. And then Danielle goes at the back and she goes for a pedicure, and she talks to a woman named, I think her name is either Rosie or Rosa, I can't remember, right? But Danielle says, while she's sitting in the chair, she says that Rosie or Rosa always has the last gossip, the last scoop in town, right? Because obviously she works as a nail technician at the salon, people talk, so obviously she would know what is going on in the town, right? So, one thing that I have to say is the owner of that nail salon happens to be Dina's ex-husband's business, okay? So, the man that she was married to, her first husband, owned, I don't know if he still owns it, but he owned it at the time, okay? Nisha Nails. And I believe, don't quote me on this, okay? I'm not quite sure, but it's possible that woman that Danielle is talking to, I'm not sure if that's that man's sister. It could be, sometimes they don't tell us, like on TV, like production, you just put someone's name and they just said, oh, this is Rosa. It could be that gentleman's sister, right? It's very possible because he does have a sister, and that detail is important. I'm just not sure if that woman who's doing the nails, Danielle's nails, is in fact the sister, but could be, right? So anyways, Danielle, she sits in the chair and she says that the first time in her confessional, right? She says the first time she met Dina Manzo, or Dina, I'm sorry, I should say, Dina was working in stock. She was stocking shelves at Nisha Nails, and then she was also a nail technician there. And then Danielle says, I'm not going to judge. I'm not one to judge, but she says it really like sarcastically, right, to the producer in her confessional. So again, we know that things get diced and spliced by production. So was Danielle just saying it like that, or was she alluding to the fact, or was she basically saying to the producer, listen, basically Dina, she was working here and she started from the bottom and then she ended up like marrying this gentleman that became her husband. I think that's what Danielle was trying to say in her confessional, right? But who cares? People do that all the time, even if they end up marrying someone that is older and, that has a little bit more money. I guess that's what she was trying to say about Dina at the time, right? That's not really relevant. But I just wanted to say that a lot of people, remember what Kim D is talking about in that video, season 1 at the reunion, Caroline, she made this big deal, right? She said to Danielle, what you did was so disgusting. What you did was so disgraceful. You are garbage. You will never be a friend of mine. And then Dina, because, Dina is like sitting there looking at Carol